Alright, here at No Reserve we have our 1996 Ford Bronco. It's Oxford White with just 66,770 original miles. It's a super low mile truck because it was originally purchased brand new for the state of Washington for King County Metro, which is, for you out-of-staters, is pretty much like Seattle area. It was a manager vehicle. Wasn't a take-home vehicle, so it was always parked inside, had religious government maintenance, regardless of miles. It was always on a time deal when fluids were changed and all that stuff. It was recently sold off as they changed out their fleet. You know, it's a super clean condition. It's all factory original Oxford White paint. It's got really nice shine, no clear coat issues, no lifting, no accidents, no paint work ever done. It's kind of a different option truck. It's got all the chrome package. It's got the polished aluminum Alcoa wheels. It's got AC, but inside is pretty, you know, kind of basic, kind of like the, you know, border patrol vehicles and stuff like that. But we'll get into the interior now. It's got super low miles, but it's not perfect. You know, it was really well maintained and taken care of by the manager, but we'll get into some imperfections. You know, it's not the same as if you bought like a 2012 with 66,000 miles. It still is 20 years old, and you know, to me it's pretty much just about close as nice as you can get, and the miles are just really impossible to find. But you are still going to have these little stone chips and stuff like this. They're going to be along the front of the hood. You will get a couple that are on top of the hood in various places, but if you look at all the lenses are really nice and smooth, like they were new. They're nice and clear, no fogging, no yellowing, no flattening, no sun dyeing. It did have a couple of options. It had a rear cage in it that went behind the rear seat that is included, and I'll have a picture of it. And then it did have a big bumper that went on the front, and so they did cut some holes in the valance down here, which you can get those brand new for pretty cheap. And it did put some little scuffs on the bumper itself, but there's no additional holes drilled. These are just for the license plate. I never had a license plate on the front because they had that different style bumper. You know, you do have your little stone chips down here. Just a few of them though. I mean, they're all real small, like a pencil tip. You know, and it's kind of your expected stuff. Even if it was a truck a few years old, this is just kind of stuff that happens. All the chrome is nice and deep. You know, you will have a couple little small stone chips and like that, but there's no fading of the chrome. It's all got nice mirror-like reflection. Hood's got all the body gaps are really nice. All the lines, you know, the valance isn't dented down. It's got the original front glass. It does have a couple of small stone chips in the middle. I'll show you when I get inside, but they could be fixed by a glass guy. You know, it does have a scratch right there. Scratch. You know, this is kind of, you know, to me it's a good trade-off, you know, for original paint. I love original paint, even if it does have some scratches. I just don't like repaint stuff. So to me, this stuff doesn't bother me. You know, it's, you know, pretty much when you're looking for an original, it's this, you know, of this age, is this kind of stuff that, you know, is expected. You know, we don't fully restore these things or do anything like that. I just try to find nice, clean originals. You know, you do have scuffs, and I will have a photo bucket link attached because the max photos I can do is 100, so it'll have all these little things, close-ups. But you have these little scuffs and stuff like that. I mean, it's a pristine Bronco. You know, you got little scuffs in the paint here, but you know, it's got the white top and it's got kind of a coarse top. So, you know, over the time when, you know, kind of the rainwater and stuff on the rubbers will kind of bleed off and it'll stain this area a little bit, but you could probably get in there Scotch-Brite pad, and the same things on the top. You know, on the body lines you'll see a little bit of dirt, but really nice shape. You know, no spray paint or anything hiding anything. Lots of tread left on the tires. You know, the 31-inch BFG KOs. It's got the worn manual hub upgrades. Each wheel has a little bit of clear coat corrosion where the weight was, but again, that's just kind of the inevitable stuff. The back, the top of the tailgate does have, you know, some wear and scratches and scuffs because, I mean, they carried quite a bit of stuff in the back. I mean, they had chains, there's road flares in there, fire extinguisher, just kind of like your typical government stuff. The only ding on the tailgate is this here, but pretty much from this body line down is in really nice shape. But as a lot of you Bronco guys know, you know, they kind of, people roll the windows down and they'll set stuff on here and roll them in, or And then the rubbers back here gets really dry, so there are some surface scratches on the glass going up and down. It's hard to see in the video and it's hard to get pictures of, but there is some areas that have that surface scratching. Back bumper's in really nice shape, just a little scuff on the molding there. But all this is in nice shape, you know, no missed trailers. Usually this gets all chipped up. You know, this will delaminate. And this is the kind of stuff you get with a low mile original truck is, you know, this is really clean. Stuff like this, the lenses, you know, absolute no rust anywhere. Take you over here, it's got a little squiggly scratch there. You know, you got your stone chips. You know, the driver's side's the same way. I don't think I took you over there. I'll run over real quick. You know, I try to show you guys everything here. Try to get you the best, you know, test drive and view of the truck without being here. So if there's something I missed or something you need, just let me know. If you, we have a Ford dealership just up the street. So if you want to get it inspected, you can make an appointment. We'll drop it off. But here on the hood, and right here on the quarter panel, it looks like maybe some tree sap or something kind of etched the paint a little bit, and then dirt has gotten in there. You know, same as right here. I don't know what that would be from. And the same in the middle of the hood. So you might be able to wet sand it, start out with like 1500, 2000, 3000, and then probably buff it out, and you know, it might be perfect because you can't feel it. You know, there's some stone chips along here, some scuffing. You'll see a little scuff there. Now a lot of the stuff, if you were to pay, you know, a body shop to wet sand and buff this thing out, a lot of that stuff is just on the surface. Little ding there. But, you know, we don't do that stuff. I don't want to try to misrepresent the vehicle for what it is. So, it's just a, you know, clean, original Survivor. And that's kind of what our business is steered towards. We do buy fully restored older vehicles, 60s, 70s, stuff like that. Little door ding right here, and it's kind of, you know, kind of did little cracks in the paint and kind of dinged it up a little bit. But again, this thing is just super clean. I mean, it's a beautiful Bronco. The miles are just amazing. And all the door felts are good. You know, you will get like little areas like this. You know, if you decide to push that in, you know, there's little areas that are a little dirty. And, you know, if you decide to take the rear tail lights off, of course, there's going to be dirt behind there. I'm by no means selling a brand new perfect Bronco. You know, it was used. So the underside is clean. You can still see some original markings. It's got new shocks. You can see the original decals and the axle wrap decal on the back, but it's by no means spotless. You know, it's been driven for 20 years. Just really well cared for and everything like that. So you can see no rust, just nice honest condition. Take you to the back here. You can see on the rear axle, you can see the blue axle wrap decal. It's got a new trailer hitch on the back. This was just put on by the not too long ago, so all the bolts are new. So it never actually held a trailer in its ownership with the state. Alright, so here's just, you know, like I was saying, it's pretty basic interior. It's got AC and all that, you know, good stuff, and it blows nice and cold. But you'll see the Ford authorized modification decal for the rear cage, and it's just for a Bronco, so it only fits a Bronco, so it's pretty cool. You know, it's a 96, so a lot of people like that because it's OBD2 computer system. All the motors are full roller motors. You know, no stress cracks, stuff like that. Perfect dash, except for one little crack on the top of the pad I'll show you. Little crack in the material there, and then this is pretty common when you'll sit on it and then it'll kind of rub up against that. But it's nice to see the seats. Oddly enough, there is some basic Bronco interiors that the seats do not fold forward, so it's nice to see that. And you know, this is a coarse, you know, rubber mat, so you will get some, you know, dirt that's kind of embedded in there. You know, you can go through and scrub it out and get it real super clean. But we like to kind of sell them like the way they were cared for, so you can see the condition these things have been in their entire life, that it was, you know, not just some old truck sitting in a field and then polished up. You know, non-smoker, ashtray's never been used. Take you over to, oh, and there's on the tops here, you know, The plastics back then were not the best. The cool thing is you can get this stuff brand new now, but it is sun-dyed a little bit on both both door panels. You can get brand new seat covers, but the vinyls and plastics back then weren't really made you know, to stand the test of time. So the XLT door panels are a little bit better, but you know, some scuffing on the paint in the door there. Nice dry underside. You know, no rust, no stress cracks. There's a little filler cap for something, but it's never been pulled out. But like I was talking about in the top, you know, it's a coarse top, so you will see some little darker areas in the material of the top. Here's the original registration, 1 of 96. You know, King County Metro. It's got the operation safety manual. It's got their 3071 must have been the number to this vehicle. All original books, all that stuff, which is really cool. They must have had something screwed in here because the base model trucks don't come with a center console, so you know, they screwed something in there, obviously for working in the field. You can see the fire extinguisher, road flares, all that kind of stuff. Same kind of stuff you see in cop cars and ambulances and stuff. But I'll go ahead and pop the hood. Let's see here, grab the keys over here. Pop the hood, get her fired up, and the rear window, it goes down from the original keys. We got both original keys, so the rear window does go down from the exterior switch and the interior one. And we'll do a driving video here in a little bit, and we also do a cold start one. But you can see the inside's a little scuffed up, the tailgate. You know, the base model trucks don't have the full plastic, and then with the cargo area, that's just basically kind of like a cardboard. And then, you know, they had stuff in here. He had this box of chains here, which kind of just vibrated and wore on it. Original spare, never been used. You'll see some scuffs in the inside of the top and stuff like that. But, you know, no rust down here. It's this nice clean Bronco. But I love the government Broncos because they're government issue trucks because of the maintenance, and then also, I mean, the crazy low miles. I mean, 66,000 miles on a 96 Bronco is just amazing. We'll get the hood popped. Nice clean condition. You can still see all the decals on the hood, or I mean on the motor. It's a 5.0 302. You can see none of the bolts have ever been messed with. All original decals. Just nice clean condition. And then on the passenger seat, I think I forgot to mention, you know, some scuffing on the mirror. You know, there's that little crack on the dash. But on the passenger seat, there is some, it's not quite busted in the material, and then this is cracked a little bit. But, you know, just basic AM, FM stereo. So, we'll go ahead and get her fired up and get it warmed up, and then go ahead and do the driving video. So, this is going at no reserve. Just let me know if you guys need anything else. Thanks.